Yay. All right, today we have Joan, as she is known to the writing world. And I can say your last name is Kopinski, right? Kopinski? Okay, I missed a K. Anyway, Joan has been with us for quite a while now, thank you very much. And she's written quite a few books, and she's going to talk to us today. And I forgot mine.
About how to do a book club.
Oh yes, how to do a book club thing, and she's got, looks like you got handouts, right?
I do.
All right, so I'm gonna hand this over to her.
Thank you. Want me to hand these out for you?
I'll hand some of them out, because I'm gonna hand the handouts, and you're welcome to take these. But I also have, copies of my book club kit, and if you could, look at them and then pass them down there, and I'll pick them up afterwards, these, So if you don't have books in the library, you're really missing out on half the market. And it's really difficult to get your book in the library. Back in 2019, when I self-published a book called The Freedom Chaser, I tried really hard to get it in the library through online stuff. And then I finally went to the Spokane County Library on Argonne and brought a copy and was going to give them a free copy, and they wouldn't take it. And I was really surprised, wouldn't take a free copy, and they said, no, they usually stock traditionally published books, so it's really hard to get a self-published book in the library, at least it was. And then about a year and a half or 2 years ago, I took a class, a PNWA class online about how to do a book club kit. And then I put together some book club kits and brought one to the Spokane City Library and one to the county library. And I was amazed because the county library said they wouldn't take it. Well, they took the books, but they wouldn't take the book club kit because I didn't have standardized questions. And I didn't even know what that meant. But I said, okay, well, at least they took the books. And the city library contacted me. They didn't contact me. They put it in their calendar when the book discussion was, and so I saw it on the calendar, and so I signed up and found out the book discussion leader sent my actual book club kit to all the members who signed up, so that was interesting. But there's benefits to doing a book club kit. Number one, you get additional readers. If you're in a small niche, like, if you publish lesbian romance or urban fairy tales or tech romancy, you have an easier time getting a bestseller on Amazon, but you probably don't have an easy time getting in the library. If you have a book like a thriller or a mystery or a usual romance, I think you have an easier time, but you're competing with more people. The other thing is you get feedback on your work, and if you're in a critique group, you probably get critique on a couple pages, or maybe if you're lucky, a full chapter, but it's rare unless you have a beta reader that you get feedback on your whole book. Well, if you get it in a library discussion group, about 30 or 40 people read your book, and I had one group that was meeting since 2018. They met once a month since 2018, and they had never had a local author. So that's another big reason to try to get a book club kit done and get it in the library, because hardly anybody else is doing that. There's a lot of people that create newsletters or Substacks. You know, you're in competition with a lot of other people, but not as much competition for, to get your book, you know, in the library. It also saves discussion leaders prep time, so they appreciate it. And it generates word of mouth recommendations. After I did the book club discussion, you know, after I was in the book club discussion, I had paused my ads on Amazon, and Amazon sent me an email and said, 2 of your books are selling without ads. And those 2 books were this one, The Spy from Beijing, which was about my book club kit, and the other was this one, Hope Among the Storm. And what I had done in the book club, you're not allowed to sell your book at the book club discussion meeting. So I had some extra copies of this, and so I gave free ones away, but I guess by word of mouth, it sold other copies, so that's another benefit. And it also positions you as a reader-friendly author. And this I consider inexpensive advertising as compared to Facebook ads or Amazon or Google Display. I've done all of those. Facebook ads, I think I paid $3 a day, so I paid a total of $81 or something. I got more readers and more people on my author pages on Facebook. And then I also did, Ingram Spark has a thing, you can do Facebook ads and Google Display ads, and I think you pay $125 for each title, and they advertise it for a week or more. You know, and I got more sales through that. But probably the most I got were Amazon ads, and I took a course from Writer's Digest. I can't remember if it cost $300 or $500. I did this many years ago, that it has paid for itself. It's pretty complicated to do Amazon ads, but Amazon is the company that sells most of the books, so I think it's worthwhile. And the other thing is you can sell your books at craft fairs, but I found that my time is worth something. You know, the average salary for a writer in 2026 is between $33 and $35 an hour. And I feel like I've got a lot of experience, and I've also published several books, so I could get like $35 an hour. Well, if you spend your time at a craft fair, spending 4 hours, that would be $140. You'd have to sell $23 in order to make it to break even. You know, and if you spend 8 hours, you'd have to sell 47 books a day to break even, you know, as far as opportunity costs, what you could be doing, writing books instead of trying to sell them. And that's kind of that's why I don't sell a lot at craft fairs, because of the opportunity costs. And the other benefit is, before I had my book club discussion at the library, I think I had 11 or 12 reviews on Amazon, and I have 3 times as many since then. So, you know, it kind of pays. So I'll go over how to do the actual book club kit. The first page, of course, is the cover, and you put book club kit on it on the top or somewhere. This book club kit for The Spy from Beijing, I used a template that the PMWA instructor had given us. But Canva also has a template, and Adobe has a template too that you can get for book club kits. But anyway, you put book club kit on it, the cover of your book, and then on the bottom, list your website. And the second page is the welcome letter. And let's see, I'll go ahead and read that. That includes the introduction, what the book club kit provides, how you created the book and what their takeaway is, what the kit is designed for, a thank you paragraph with your email address and website, and then the call to action, which is the ask. Please consider leaving a review on Amazon, Barnes & Nobles, or Goodreads, and then your signature. So I'll go ahead and read mine for The Spy from Beijing. Hello, I'm excited to introduce you and your book club to The Spy from Beijing, an espionage thriller I wrote to explore the blurred lines between family and patriotism. This book club kit aims to provide guidance and fun while reading The Spy from Beijing. During the creation of the book, I read 15 of Daniel Silva's spy novels as well as numerous others. With this in mind, I offer this kit to help you and your group come together to discuss, increase your knowledge, and be enlightened and entertained by The Spy from Beijing. This kit is designed to help you facilitate discussions and activities that further explore the content presented in the book. Using the book for a group discussion or club activity may increase an understanding of the alarming threat China poses to the U.S. and its allies. Thank you for choosing The Spy from Beijing to read and share. If you would like to contact me for possible event attendance, interactions, author Q&A, and more, please contact me at my email address or visit my website. While you're there, check out my other books. And then here's the call to action. If you love the book, please consider leaving a review on Amazon, Goodreads, Barnes & Noble, or social media. I appreciate your support and can't wait to hear your thoughts on The Spy from Beijing. And then the third page is about the author. You need an author bio that pertains to your book. And then the author Q&A is about 3 questions, kind of fun facts about yourself or what you'd like your readers to know. Mine was, when did you work for the CIA? How or why did you pivot to writing spy thrillers? And how did you get the idea for this book? Anything you can put, skills or hobbies, how did you come up with the plot? Or what question are you never asked but wished you were? And the next page is the discussion questions, and you need about 6 to 10 questions total. And this is probably the most important part. And you can Google standardized discussion questions and Google will come up with some. They have some that are universal. They have 5 universal book club questions. And I wish I had Googled this and known about this before I ever did one of these book club kits. I only found this out after I did both book club kits. And I think it's really important because the questions are more professional and more standardized. Like for the theme, what did you think were the central themes? And how well did the author explore them? For characters, which character did you find most memorable or relatable and why? Structure, how did the pacing or point of view choices impact your enjoyment of the story? And then the takeaway, did the book challenge any of your pre-existing beliefs or alter your perspective? They have all kinds of other questions, overall impressions, what surprised you the most while reading, character development, which character did you relate to the most and which did you find the most frustrating? How do the characters change or grow from the beginning to the end of the story? If you could invite one character to dinner or have to trade places with them, who would that be and why? And then plot and pacing. How effective was the climax or the plot twist? Did you see it coming? What did you think of the ending? If you could rewrite it, what would you change? And then setting. Is the setting a place you would actually want to visit? And theme. how do the book's events or themes relate to the current real-world issues? So it's really good to use Google. My questions for discussion were more tuned to my own book. You know, what does the protagonist Jenny want? Which do you feel is more important, family or patriotism? Who is your favorite character and why? That was an interesting question because in one group discussion, the girl said the dog. And then it kind of went downhill from there. So you never know what they'll say. But it was really interesting to listen to the answers. And the group leader, the library group leader, told me later, you know, I had taken pictures of the group, you know, for my own social media. And she emailed me and asked me, you know, if she could have the pictures. She put them in the newsletter, their library newsletter. And she also told me this was one of the most interesting discussions they've ever had. So that was really nice to hear. So page 5, you put reviews or blurbs or a description of your book, advanced praise. Number 6 is a reading planner, and this was in the template for the book club kit. It was included in the template. Pages read Monday through Sunday. Reading goal this week, next club meeting. And a lot of the book club people, you know, found this was helpful. You know, during this discussion, they commented on that. And then page 7 can be facts, recipes, playlists, or crafts. I found women especially love recipes, and all of the book club people at the library, they were all women. So, and I put a recipe in from my book that I talked about, Szechuan pork. And but the girl who did the book club, or the book club kit presentation at PNWA, she put a whole playlist. I'm not that musical, but she put a playlist of songs to listen to while you read the book. So that was kind of interesting. And then page 8 is a thank you letter with a call to action. Thank you for choosing the Spy from Beijing for your group. I hope everyone enjoyed Jenny's journey to find love and have found a bit of love for yourself. If you want to arrange for a bookstore, library, or school visit, please contact me, your email and your website. If you would like to share photos from your book club, I'd be happy to feature you on my social media. Tag me, Instagram tag, and Facebook. And then here's where you can purchase my book, Amazon and Barnes & Noble and Bookshop. And lastly, put a call to action again. Lastly, I'd appreciate if you'd consider leaving an online review on Amazon, Barnes & Nobles, or Goodreads. And then page 9, you can put other books by the author. Then what you do is you bring the library 10 copies of your book. And I figure, you know, each book maybe cost you $5 or $6, so maybe $7. So even at $7 a book, that's only $70. So that's less than Amazon ads or Facebook ads. So, and then also include like swag, like bookmarks. I included bookmarks. And the PNWA person said to put your cover of your book on a canvas bag. So I did that for this one. For my rom-com, I just purchased blue bags, you know, because I felt like they could use them again. But this probably, I don't know if this had any influence on the library, you know, because it was more professional, who knows? But you can also put pre-made book club kits on this site called ISSUU. It's a digital publishing and content marketing platform that converts PDFs into digital flipbooks. It's pretty cool. And you can share the PDF on the ISSUU.com, create a free account, and you can upload the book kit. And that ISSUU account goes national, so anywhere in the US, people can download your book club kit for their own book club. I have no idea, they don't let you know if anybody does that, but I don't know if they did. And one thing I was going to mention, you can also give your book club to local book clubs, your book club kit to local book clubs. I didn't have a whole lot of luck with that. My friend Betty presented it to their book club. I think I gave her one of these to present to them, but they decided not to choose it. So. And I didn't know any other local book clubs. Linda Bond was going to put together a list of book clubs, but she didn't have, nobody responded to tell her any local book clubs. And she finally, I emailed her to ask, and she said that, you know, it's really hard. Most book clubs besides Auntie's Bookstore, if you Google book clubs, Auntie's Bookstore book clubs come up. But the rest of all the other ones are private, and they don't advertise for members. It's just kind of word of mouth. So I don't know how you find, but I know there's a number of book clubs in Spokane. It would be nice to have a list, but I don't know how you would get that list or find other people. So
Joan?
Other book clubs, yeah.
I saw, maybe it was a county library, that they had a list of the book clubs in their area.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was a smaller library, but still, you know.
Was it the one on
I don't remember which town
Argonne?
I was in. I know I have relatives and people I know all over this part of the country, so I forget where I was.
Oh, you don't know which library it was?
No, I don't.
But it was a county library?
Well, it wasn't maybe Spokane County even, it could have been Whitman County.
It wasn't Argonne, on Argonne, the
No,
county
no,
library?
no, I know
Oh,
that library,
okay.
although they could have a list, and you know, but it's worth asking about
yeah.
at whatever library you're at.
Yeah, you know, I didn't get very good response from the county library at all.
Really?
I mean,
Oh.
they did take my 10 books, but they wouldn't take the book club kit and wouldn't
Huh.
present it to their members, but the Spokane City Library on Perry did. They were very gracious, and since then I've looked on their calendar and I have gone to, they have writer events that are free, they have exercise stuff at the library. I've utilized it a lot,
Yeah,
and it's wonderful. Yeah, it's wonderful. But if you ever come across that, or I guess I'll check with the
yeah, and I know
county
Linda
library.
too, so maybe we can all put our heads together.
Yeah, that would be really nice. Cause I don't really know any other, book clubs but that would be nice to put together, something, you know, to give them the option.
Yeah.
And especially since, you know, the books are free at the library to check out,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
so. But I didn't, my rom-com, I gave it to the, city library, but I haven't heard back. You know, they don't contact you if they're gonna use it, it just appears on the calendar, and you gotta kinda watch the
Yeah.
calendar. And I didn't send it to the county library, cause I didn't have luck with them before, so I didn't wanna,
it's funny, cause when I first put my books into a library, it was this county library that took them, and then they vetted them, and then they let me know that they were gonna put them out on the shelf.
were they self-published though?
Yeah,
Wow, what library did you go to?
it was,
Was it on Argonne?
I think it was, maybe.
Cause that's
It
where
was
I
either
went.
that one or the one at my Whitworth. I don't remember which one.
Oh, cause I went to, the one on Argonne, there's also one on,
Oh, no, it wasn't. It was the one on Valley Way,
Valleyway.
close to Carnes. That's the one I went to.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I took my book there, the Freedom Chaser there, and they told me to go to the main office. And then when I took it there, they wouldn't take it because it
Isn't
was
that fun?
self-published.
I
guess
I
other
did
people-
the same thing. The same thing happened to me at the city library.
Oh,
And so, this was quite a while ago, so I'm sure things have changed. But, my books are now in the city library too, because I took them over to, Spark Central over at Penfield Yards and donated them there.
Oh.
And they put them in as part of their library inventory. So,
wow, you had luck.
yeah,
Yeah, so I don't even know if my rom-com, I knew the girl, the leader, the discussion leader, so I gave them her name, and she told me, I had asked her before, I said, well, I wrote a rom-com, could I submit this? And she said, oh, yeah. And, so I gave the library her name, and so they took my books, but I haven't heard from them, they don't contact me. At least they don't me, they
some
haven't.
of them you have to follow up with.
Yeah.
I have my books in several different libraries around.
So did you ever have it, as a book discussion, did they ever do that?
Not with the libraries. I've done other book club and book discussion things. I've not even pursued the library because I get so busy I don't have time.
Yeah, that's interesting. Does anybody else have any questions or comments or anything? Yeah.
So you actually go to the book clubs and talk with them while they discuss your book?
Well, the library book discussions, yeah. You sign up to join, they have it on their calendar, and then you sign up, and the leader sent my book club kit to all the people who signed up. And then I just showed up, and she told me, they've never had a local author. That's the first time, and they've been meeting since 2018. But for the local book clubs, I wish that I could have gone to the book club, my friend's book club, and presented my book myself. And I wasn't a member of their book club, so maybe that's another reason why they didn't choose to take it. But I think if you show up, you may have a better chance of their, discussing your book, taking it on. Yeah, go ahead.
I just did a chat search on it, and it looks like there's 4 book clubs that are just on the Meetup. So Meetup is one of the possibles for trying to find people that are doing book clubs.
Is that a website, Meetup?
Meetup, It's so you can meet people with the same interests. There's probably romantic hookups there too, because that's how people are. But I found one of my book clubs when I was in Chehalis through the Meetup.
They're area specific, like there's one for Spokane. I don't know if there's one for a surrounding area.
That's a real good idea. I think.
Yeah, I did it when I was there. I also found some people that wanted a mentor, so if they were able to find on that.
Good.
I think Linda Bond's idea was a good idea to come up with book clubs and contacts and stuff, but she said nobody replied, so she just dropped it. So, but she said 80% is, the hard part, 80% is trying to find the book clubs. So, and so if you can find a list, that would be really great, I think.
Maybe all of us can get together and put together this list that we could all use.
Yeah, that we could share. Did anybody else have any questions? Yeah, go ahead.
I'm related to Eastern Washington University. I don't know whether Cheney or the college, either one, has any book clubs, but I have donated books and other things to the library out there without any problem.
You put them in, really?
Yep.
Huh.
Yeah, they even sometimes.
How do you
have,
get those in? Who do you contact to do that?
You know, I'm not sure. I know the various personnel, and over the past few years, the administrative personnel have really changed, so I'm not quite sure who would.
That go through the administration?
Yeah, well, it can go to the front desk and say, hey, I got a book that I'd like to donate, and who would I talk to? And
Oh.
that's the easy way.
Yeah, oh, that's a good idea, thanks. Anybody else? Yeah.
How do children's books differ from others?
Well, they don't usually have book club discussions for children's books.
No.
But if you have a children's book, what I would do, lot of libraries or bookstores have a children's hour. Or I would also contact schools, grade schools, you know, and try to get your book, you know, in that kind of thing. Schools would be a great way, you know, if you can contact, if you know of a teacher or somebody, sometimes you have to have contacts, but it's usually through a teacher. But I've heard of people who do that.
Okay.
You know, in schools is probably the best way for a children's book.
Yeah, a big stuffed rabbit reads his story.
Oh, fun. Yeah, that's nice. Yeah. Anybody else have any questions or comments?
Well, I did my worm book that way. The Ethel Library in the summertime, they have kids' time, you know, so they have a couple of hours where we entertain all the young kids. And I have a worm book, so I brought all these worms along.
Oh my goodness.
And gave it to each of the kids, and I kind of wondered how they would react to it. But there was only one child out of about 30 that did this, and all the rest said, oh, goody. It's just a fun thing, and they were great.
So which, was it the city or county library?
It's the Apple Library, I guess that's the
Oh,
city.
Apple?
Apple,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
But I'm sure the Rafter Library, all the libraries here might be
Or
willing to do
Spokane or
something.
county
like
library would
that,
have children's
yeah.
hours,
Yeah.
so, yeah. Oh, it's a great idea.
Joan, when I had my second book published, right when it was still warm, when I got it in the box, you know, I went to probably 7 libraries in the area, and every library took it.
They did?
Yes, there was absolutely, I don't know what they did with it. I had to sign up and become a member of most of them. Some of them didn't ask me to. And I never checked if it's in their catalogs or on the shelves. I really don't know. But I did not have any problem. They were always very nice, very gracious.
Wow.
I even filled out some forms in some of them. So that was in 2023.
Huh. Yeah, because 2019, I tried really hard to get my book in the library and couldn't because it was self-published. That's what they basically said. And
Well,
I
it
was
was
giving
not
them,
an
I was
issue.
giving them a free copy and they wouldn't even
Yeah,
take it.
free copies. Yeah,
Yeah.
I gave them free copies.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did mine before that,
Huh?
and,
Maybe
they
it's
just
just
said,
who
well,
I
we have to
got.
have somebody okay it. But like, the county had a person that did that, and they contacted me when they were done, they said, yes, this is fine, we'd love to have it, and thank you for donating. And then the city library, it was, I took it down to Kendall Yards to Spark Central, and their person to vet these books was just Walter. So
Oh,
that was kind of cool.
yeah.
And like I said, it's been quite a few years that they've been there, and it's still. I was on a radio show a while back on KYRS, and the gal that interviewed me for her show, she had gotten it from the library, the book that she interviewed me on. And
That's amazing because, you know, my book, The Freedom Chaser, you know, I entered it in the PNWA Pearl Book Award and it was a finalist.
Huh.
And still,
never
those,
done
the
that.
library must have been who I contacted that day or something. I don't know what the difference was, but it really soured me on trying to get my book in the library. You know, cause I was giving them a free copy and they wouldn't take it.
That's weird.
That's what
That's
I
really
always
weird.
did.
Yeah.
I've got mine up in, even up in Sandpoint, Coeur d'Alene, and all those. 'Cause I want people to read it, that's why I wrote them.
Yeah. Yeah, it's nice to get extra readers. Uh-huh.
I want to tell you that Bob and I, we went to every school library in town. And, we donated 2 of our books to the librarian there, and they took them. We're happy to get them, so they're still in the libraries as far as I know.
That's
So,
nice.
Nice.
you guys might try that.
Yes, and our bookmarks.
And a bookmark.
Mm-hmm.
We just showed up after school. And said we wanted to talk to the librarian, and they'd always let us in. You know, and you'd show them the books, it was Meadow Pond and, Mr. Inky, Fighter with the Attitude, and they took them.
Well, I'm glad to hear the libraries must have changed, but you had luck even before that.
Yeah.
But I don't know, it must have been somebody I contacted that day.
Well,
so.
surprise them, just show up.
Yeah,
That's kind of what I did.
yeah. Well, I showed up with the book, was ready to give it to him, and she wouldn't take it,
Huh.
so.
We had to go to the main library downtown to get our children's books in. They wouldn't take them around the area there, like a Hilliard or, we had to go to the main library.
Yeah, were you gonna say
And we
something?
just showed up there and I just left some books and they didn't notify us for a long time and finally I had to notify them and then they said, oh yeah, they're here. So then we went down to check on them and then a lot of them were already checked out.
Nice.
And they'd been sent out to different libraries, so. I don't know.
I
Yeah,
found
go
out
ahead.
they also share the Spokane County Library and the Coeur d'Alene Library share books back and forth.
Oh, so that's good.
She's
When
got
did
a
you try and
question.
take them to the library?
Pardon?
When did you try and take your books to the library?
2019.
That was a bad year anyway.
Yeah, right now they've cut a lot of the federal funding and stuff like that. Libraries may or may not be more willing to take, books from local authors.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
prices
I hope
are
they
changing.
change.
Yes, free, or not.
Well, that's all I have. If anybody else has questions or comments or anything.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, they were a lot nicer to you. My wife took my book to the library and they told her that they don't take self-published books because they're never any good,
Oh,
without ever looking at it.
Which library was that?
Padre County.
Oh,
I have not been up to that.
Also, the librarian that we had known for 20 years had just retired. And it was a new lady, so that might have had something to do with it. But I also checked with the downtown branch. I was there for an interview, radio interview, and I checked with them. They said, well, you can give it to us, but it's just gonna go into a pile that we're gonna sell.
what's,
Well, at
lame?
least they were honest.
If your book has ever been in a submission and it makes it into like final rounds, buy yourself a bunch of stickers and stick them on the front of each book saying finalist in the such and such.
Oh,
Yeah. Or have enter a contest, and if you even place 5th in the contest,
Yeah.
you're an award-winning author.
yeah,
So, anyway, let's take a break,
well, that's good.
Thanks,
and
Joan.
we'll come back in a few minutes.
Okay.
Yeah, it's Terry, I don't know.
Booklet.
I probably had it. Six months. I think this was a hit. They just gave the student. Things that happen like that.
It was? So, oh, it was? Because I remember you sent me a message that, oh, it was delayed or got something. And you said, I'm gonna do it in the next issue.
I probably missed announcements.
Yeah, but that's,
This is good.
is that my
There was, when I first started, there was a huge stigma.
And some of them weren't even trying to get an editor, so I understand.
Yes, I do understand too.
Oh, it's a very different. I've never seen that. Okay. Smith. Locate read. Okay, so then you got us, all right, thanks.
KYRS has been assessed.
You see, I didn't recognize because I didn't recognize the, I had the differences. Yeah, I read this, the latest.
But,
So